Alrighty, Roo, and cuckoo-ca-choo to you. And, well, I hope that worked. Alrighty, Roo, and cuckoo-ca-choo to you, and all my nobody's not watching out there. The sequel is now paused. That's how seriously this narrator is taking it, you know? However, I still cannot... I don't think I can just drop this here. Nothing's going to happen here, so just... I'm stuck with it now. It's my property. The sticker being yellow just makes it worse, you know, with the bucket on it.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Sure, why not? Is this bucket going to be useful in any capacity, or am I just carrying something unnecessary? Oh, okay, that's different. Well, that sort of altered things. And the beige pages, which that's not beige. Once again, lies. Although the pages themselves, no. I mean, there's some that are, I guess, whatever. I guess those ones are, but the rest aren't. But I guess if you say that that's your priority.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket.
Yeah,
even now,
I could have
in
lost
his darkest
it.
of hours,
you know,
did the bucket's warmth
like that was the thing.
That's
the
confusion and chaos.
Little string
It
holding
would be
me all
with him,
together.
Always, the bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
So I'm gonna lose the
this
bucket
point,
like right
Stanley
now.
was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket
like right now.
that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk.
No,
Nor in his
I already
bliss
knew
of
about
simply
it
being near
prior.
the bucket did he have any notion that
Why
the
are
pin
the
number
ceilings
for the
so damn
keypad
high here?
was 2845.
I'm gonna do it backwards. I don't know. 5, 4, 8.
Stanley
2.
just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
6, 9, 6,
2845.
Giggity, giggity. 0, 4, 2, 0.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in.
I actually
and the
feel
door
like maybe I'm
just
supposed to
opened
do
all
the
by
thing.
itself, and Stanley got the
me
hell
not doing
along
it
with the
doesn't
story.
help.
Well, whoop-de-doo.
Like, I may have failed simply because I, failed deliberately. And it's like, haha, that's funny to you. It's like, well, you put yourself on an alternative path, sir. Like, that's on you, dude. Like, oh. Oh. Well, at least I don't have to look at him. Look at his face. He just
You
looks...
found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines.
He just looks
Remember,
so unhappy.
No reward for collecting
to
all of
exist.
these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Sir, this individual looks like I don't want it. He looks so... I mean, whoever modeled this one did a... Like, it's one of the most impressive parts of the game, is that this person, whoever modeled this thing, found a way to be like, anybody playing this game probably... This is what they feel like on the inside. Like to some degree. You know, it's like he's just like... I mean... okay, I guess. Like, that's the game. That's the game. Is unpleasant sigh of both remorse and just sort of like acceptance. You know, you're like... It's like being asked by a parent to do something
the elevator
really terrible, you know,
plummeting towards an unknown fate.
A thing that's going to happen.
It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together.
It's looking at, oh, well, midterms are coming up.
Him,
and now I actually have to deal with that.
In this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right.
It's those things that you don't procrastinate because
everything will be fine.
You know, like, you're naturally at that. It's one of those things that you, that are just, what the, they're just so terrible that, like, you don't wanna, you're gonna probably.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, let's do it. I've got the bucket now. It changes everything. It's a game changer. Unlike the show Game Changer from Dropout, which is actually hilarious and amazing, and everyone should watch it and subscribe to Dropout, which does in no way support me, and I do not want them
did this place hold?
to be mad.
Stanley and the bucket both
for me, like,
themselves.
Like, I don't want to get on their bad side. Not that they would get mad. No one's watching this, but I would just, like, I actually really like them. Like, I'll like, I reference, like, a makeup company and stuff and other stuff all the time. I'll do whatever, but, like, I don't really care about those things in general. When I make, it's just a joke, or it's a bit. With Dropout, I actually really like Dropout, and the people who work there and all that, they're amazing. All their shows they have their own value on it, and I would watch more, but I don't, and I'm definitely not sponsored by literally anything but my own damn self and other forms of the means that exist, and often not even that.
Everyone in the
There's
office
a
was
debate
being
on whether or not
videotaped,
we should have done this
like guinea pigs.
again, and I just feel like as
the bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it
the one
that
in the driver's seat.
Fine.
I was like, against my better judgment, I'm going to continue doing this. Also, I ignored whatever
was
the fuck he had to say.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
My God, not the
been
bucket.
Told to do things it didn't wish to do.
But what if I put the bucket on my head? Like a tinfoil hat? Wouldn't that protect me?
In the first place?
Uh-oh.
These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
My feeble mind. I'm feeble-minded. My mind, it's feeble.
No! He
I like the word
into
feeble.
The bucket. He couldn't accept his own life in someone else's control. Never!
No!
The
bucket save me! Just screaming into it, and it's just like...
At this point, he could trust no one.
It just whispers very quietly, I'm a pail, not a bucket. It's like...
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Yes,
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad.
It's offline. Everything seems cool.
Walking, eating, working, right? All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as
Adult
the cold
Swim.
reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
Not
life.
if me and the bucket have anything to say about it.
Would dismantle the controls for good.
We'll start slamming the bucket into
Stanley
things.
and the bucket up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about
I'm glad I didn't say it. I didn't do anything. The bucket just goes full system of a down. I the system. System. You hit the system wheel. System. Yeah, system of a down is awesome. Or you know, we can rage against the machine, but yeah, me and the bucket against the world. I don't know what it symbolizes. You know, anarchy. The concept of freedom.
Waited in blackness. Was it over?
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yes,
Is it over once
Stanley
again?
and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy.
Seems
freed
like we got to
themselves from
the
the
same
tyrannical grip
ending.
of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments
With or
away.
without the
Excitedly, the two
bucket,
of them began to discuss
no
the kind of life they
pretending
wanted to live. Once they stepped through
anything
this
matters
massive door,
or really
the bucket wanted to
changes,
learn to
or we have
roller skate.
any
Stanley wanted
free
to sneeze in
will,
every country on
and
Earth.
yet still,
Both of them wanted to begin
I
watching a movie, any
continue
movie,
to
but
play
then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from
this
the end.
fucking game.
True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to...
What, am I gonna freaking like have this bucket?
Wait, what was happening?
Oh.
Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
I'll throw the bucket. Bucket, you can be free. You'll be free, Bucket. It's okay. I'll throw you.
Finally, the truth hit Stanley square in the face.
If only one of us can make it, it's gonna be you.
The bucket to leave.
No! Throw the bucket! No! Throw it now!
Recognized the incredible calming presence of the
bucket.
Needed the
Bucket! You could make it!
Go to any lengths not to part
But
with
Bucket.
the bucket.
Bucket wouldn't leave me.
Stanley can't leave this
Would
place.
never abandon
Not while he
me.
has such a precious bucket
Also,
in his
the
arms.
splinters
Not while this building has anything to say about
bonded
it.
us
Stanley realized
at a
he would never again leave
below
this
the
very room.
skin
But
level.
at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped.
I don't know what
Very
you're
soon
planning
now,
on doing with the
He
bucket.
was about to find out.
I actually don't want to know, because like if you're trapped eternally in darkness with anything, like you're trapped anywhere for any reasonable length of time with anything, it starts to get weird. You know, there's like that C-Lab 2021 episode where I don't remember what he called, like Captain Murphy called his, well, I guess we're back to the beginning. Without the bucket. You said the bucket wouldn't leave me, you fucking liar. All you do is lie. You are the king of lies, and you sit upon a throne of lies, and may it sink into the water, and the sand cover you, and you sit with your head just above the sand as it, you just sit there, and then, you know, animate buckets fly like crows or bugs or any other living creature, and they just beat you and eat your eyes or something. I don't know. I don't really care. Okay, well, I got the thing, and I don't know how much time has actually passed in-game, but give it a shot. Got there. Couldn't save the bucket, which I was willing to let be the important part of the journey. But you can't do shit. You literally can't do anything. You can... What is Stanley capable of? Stanley can open doors. Well, only infrequently specific doors. He can push buttons. Sometimes they actually have effects. He can pick up the bucket. And within a tiny circle, he can jump up to 36 times. He can also terminate. Rarely, but it's still an option. Occasionally. He can go against the directions of the narrator. And he can go with the directions of the narrator. And then I can crouch. That's about it. Stanley's basically useless. Also I can make clicky noises with nothing around me and no body. That's kind of cool. I can pretend I'm working at a computer despite the fact that I have no corporeal form. That actually kind of sounds awesome. Like when I say that, I'm like, that actually sounds pretty cool. Like, that's like a superpower. But In a game, it's not so much. Fucking Mondays, am I right? Alright, well, fuck this. I'm good. I may never come back to this. I might. I don't know. I honestly don't. And I think that I'm okay with that. Did I get my money's worth? No. I can confidently say that, for sure. But at what point does, like, you gotta do the math, and then it's like the sunken cost fallacy, and then it's also just like, is it fun to punish yourself? This game kind of is sort of like a punishment, and yeah, it builds characters, like, and pain is the most expedient torturer, but do I really need that at this point in my life? I don't know. Man, if the narrator was a little funnier, it might be more valuable. It might be more worth doing the thing. That is me deliberately trying to, like, throw back to the reviews earlier from the first part. Or, well, when we first got into the second part, before it became the sequel. Yeah, no. Don't neglect your jump button, even if you don't have the ability to do so outside of the jump circle. Fuck this game, and fuck you, narrator. If I never come back, and I never hear your voice again, I'll feel I'm cool with these being the last words. And if not, well, then I choose to bring that on myself, and that's just part of my personal masochism or whatever. But you know, you can suck these macadamia nuts. I don't know why I went with macadamia is my favorite. No, that's not it. My favorite kind of nut is macadamian. That's not okay. I ruined the moment. That was not a great way to end. Yep. Yuppers. Neo, please fucking save me. Like, this is the same thing that's in the, you know, knock knock Neo, follow the white rabbit, something. But no. No, I just got this oh wait! That's new. The meeting today. What? Figurine Finders Committee. Well, that's something that I was going to say look forward to, but I don't think there's anything in this game that you can look forward to other than actually reaching an end where it's like, you're good, you're done. You can call it a day. Like, I've gotten to ends multiple times. It has, like, where it's like, no, you're good. And actually, I get the feeling they probably don't do that. That's probably the ultimate trick. The ultimate joke is that when you finally do get to the closest thing to an actual ending, there's a moment where credits would be rolling, and it looks like they should be, but they're like invisible or something. Because that's what they would do. The Stanley Parable. Just making a weird thing, Stanley, as a name. Stanley Ipkiss, the mask. You wanted to call me Jim. I associated with Jim Carrey. He played Stanley Ipkiss. I just basically am trying to, like, that's my brain trying to be like, I want to be capable of doing something and have mask-like power to get the fuck out of this game. Because it sucks. And I can just stop. Huh. Will I or won't I? I guess I'll find out at some point. But I don't have any more in it right now for me. So. Narrator, I don't give a fuck about the bucket. I don't care about anything. I'll see where I go. Wait, that looks different though. Do they look like crosses or figures or something? I don't think those were there before, but maybe they were. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Don't neglect your jump button, except for when you don't have an option not to. Don't play this game, watch somebody else do a playthrough. It's not fun, not for me, not for you. So go do something else you'd rather do and don't spend any money on it. Because it's a craptaculous wet sock inside of a old, shitty, shit-covered shoe. Deuces, but I'm Tisk.